All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Pale L. Poppy. Thank you over here. Top Tier Podcast. We got the chosen one here. Episode 62. It's a little different. We're doing this. This should be released on Thursday, 6/29.
Bonus pod alert.
Bonus pod alert. Episode 62. Yeah, man, we wanted to get this out to really hit on the BET Awards for those who care about the BET Awards, and for those who want a little recap. This is the place.
Stuff to touch on, man.
A lot of blasphemy, as what these award shows usually do. They're like PR stunts and PR campaigns. These not real award shows to me, but they're entertaining.
Just real quick, we will be having, just so the audience knows, we will be having a pod available for you on the regular scheduled time on Monday. But like we said, just a little bonus pod, a little extra content for y'all. So we want to get right into BET.
Let's get into BET.
I wanted to really start with the Ice Spice performance. I probably speak for everybody when I say, like, the BET Awards, we don't really care.
Yeah, nobody.
Like Stephen A. Smith said, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. But I do care about Ice Spice. So I wanted to make sure that I watched Ice Spice because I do think that she has a potential to, become one of the top stars in music and in culture in general.
Yeah, she's gonna. I think
I don't want to miss out.
Power.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out.
I think her career could go two directions. I think she could be here a minute and be a household name. I can see her honestly going to like a Drake level.
Oh, you think she could have like legend status?
Before you jump down my throat.
We gonna go all the way there.
The only reason I think she has two paths. I think she's either gonna go the distance or she's gonna go to the baby route. But a little bit more staying power. She's kind of
with everybody though.
Then she's gonna be like a Saweetie kind of route, I think.
Ooh, that's not good, dude. That's not good.
It's not good.
Although she'll make her money.
She'll be modeling, doing brands and stuff. She's gonna be making money. It's just not gonna be in the music realm. But she's beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's probably gonna be a model, like legit model, making money, doing a damn thing.
She has potential for sure.
Yeah. So she's gonna be here either way. But I just don't think the music's gonna be the sticking thing. Yeah,
well, let's talk about the performance because the performance, everybody loves the music. It's not a problem about the music. There's no problem there. It's just her performance in general. She doesn't really have it. And it's early, she's early in her career. She's a new artist, never done this before. Lotto has spoken about this, who has reached, I think she won awards at the BET Awards this week.
Or did she?
Yeah, I think she got best female rap artist. But, people are out there who, up and coming where they start and they're not really that good performance wise and it can get better. I'm probably putting a little bit too much on it. I just think that she has a lot of potential. So I'm really criticizing it, I suppose. But the performance in general, like I've seen her perform at a few different events. She was recently on tour with Taylor Swift. Wasn't that good. She was at Rolling Loud. Wasn't that good. I just don't think she really has like that it potential. Like if we're talking about it potential where you said she could be like the next Drake, the female version of Drake.
And the reason why I'm saying that is I think she just needs another team of writers. I think she needs like a whole team around her of writers to read.
So you think it's the music that's going to be the telltale sign? Because I think it's just the performance. I think if you can't really perform and people don't really want to go to your concerts.
You know what? That is a good point. Now that you pointed out, I might switch my stance a little bit.
Because the music is fine. People love the music.
But I think the music, people loved the baby until they didn't. Because he wouldn't switch up the flow.
I see what you're saying. I think there was, with the baby though, there was other reasons. We don't have to get into it.
Well, we know what the other reasons are. But I think
there are other reasons why he fell off.
The baby probably would have got one more year, I think, if he didn't do it. That controversy didn't happen.
You think it was coming? It was coming anyway.
Yeah, because people getting tired. It's just You know what I mean? Like it's the same. It's the same shit on every song, and I think Ice Spice has the same problem. But I think
it's possible.
I think if she elevates, levels up, like, she could go. I don't even know about a Drake route. I talk crazy sometimes. Maybe she could go with Cardi B kind of route. Or maybe like a Cardi B kind of route. Yeah,
dude, Cardi B is. I don't know if she's at the top of the rap game, but she's cemented herself as.
I think Ice Spice can cement her. Say that? No, stop. No,
I can't say legend status.
Nicki is cemented. As much as I don't like Nicki is cemented.
Nicki for sure, but she was way before Cardi. I think Cardi now. Same with Meg. I think. Stop. I don't know if Meg is legend. I'm just talking about when we think about the 2020s, late 2010s for Cardi. She's going to be remembered in that block of time.
She's going to be remembered, but I don't think she
controlled a large block of time. And her career's not over yet. She's just taking a break from music.
Yeah, I think Cardi would need like 3 to 5 more years of like balling to be cemented.
I think she might already be there. I don't know. But what else happened at the BET Awards that we got to? We were talking about Ice Spice. Coco Jones ended up winning Best New Artist. Which makes no sense.
It's which makes absolutely no sense. Coco Jones has been Coco Jones has been making music since what? 2013, 2014. You're not a new artist. You're a veteran.
That's the thing. That's the thing is like, we're talking about Best New Artist, musical artist. There are film awards that the BET Awards provide. This is a musical category. Can anyone name the last time that Coco Jones made a song?
I don't know, but people go to her shows.
Or dropped an album?
People go to her shows. I am aware.
She's singing?
Yeah.
Do I just not know enough about Coco Jones?
You probably don't know enough about her. She's been singing since she was in in that Disney.
I'm not talking about the length of time. I'm just saying if this is the 2023 BET Awards. So within the calendar year of whenever, I don't know, last November, 2021 of November to November of 2022, right? That's probably around the time that they consider people for these awards. She would need to be making music within that amount of time, correct?
Correct.
Did she release a song or an album in 2022?
She definitely did. I'm not aware of it though.
Can we look it up? I don't want to be wrong.
I'm only aware of. Only thing I know about Coco Jones is that she is on Bel Air, and I'm caught up on Bel Air.
Right, and that's what I was gonna get to. I just want to make sure, so I don't sound stupid. Okay. I sound stupid. She actually did release a project. This is not an album, but she released a project in 2022 of November. So she was right on the cusp. Before that, she had nothing since 2019. She's had some singles here and there. But if you're going to give her a musical award for Best New Artist over Ice Spice, that means that musically, she would have to have a better career, or not a better career, but a better year than Ice Spice.
Ice Spice crushed this year.
Which we can all just deny. That's just not right.
There's no question.
That's just wrong. The BET Awards simply got that wrong. Another thing is like, how are you going to have Ice Spice? They were promoting the fact that Ice Spice was going to be a headline performer in the very beginning of the show. She ended up pretty much damn near closing the show. If she's the closer of your show, shouldn't she deserve to be, aren't you guys kind of putting her on the pedestal of, hey, this is the premier artist that you guys should be waiting for?
You would think she would have won the award and then would have performed that same performance.
It just doesn't really make any sense.
I mean, even though Coco Jones did perform as well.
She performed, and honestly, we talked about the performance of Ice Spice. Coco Jones had a better performance than Ice Spice. 100%. I like Ice Spice's music better. Like, I was jamming out to Ice Spice's music. I love that shit. But Coco Jones looked much more talented. She looked much more, in the zone. She looked much more like she had that it factor. I'm not saying she has it, but I don't want to hate. But she had a better performance than Ice Spice. But in terms of just like that award, they got that incorrect. That was wrong.
I was very incorrect. And speaking of incorrect,
what else did you find?
Speaking of incorrect, so for I believe album of the year, SZA's SOS and Beyonce's Renaissance tied,
which is ridiculous.
Which is wild. It's ridiculous because SZA's album was trash.
I guess they couldn't make a decision
because SZA has a lot of dick riders though.
What do you mean?
Let's just
go further.
SZA has a lot of stands. Well, you know what? Let me shut up because they made a whole show about Beyonce stands. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Well, what was that point about?
I'm just saying that whoever made this decision, they have somehow conflated. They somehow have conflated.
They couldn't make a decision.
The SZA stands have risen so much they're competing with the Swarm or the Beehive. Right.
I see what
you're
saying.
Wild.
I think it's ridiculous. See, the reason why people don't care about the BET Awards that much, number one, like Ice Spice said, it's ghetto. It's ghetto as fuck. But it's fun. It's fun. It's a good time to watch all these artists come together and stuff like that. I didn't notice anybody there. I couldn't even point anybody out really. But it's for reasons like this, right? Like if you're trying to, because people say it all the time, like at least in the Black community, why don't we have any awards for ourselves? why don't we have our version of the Grammys, our version of the Oscars, right? And the reason why we don't have that is because of things like this. You will never see the Grammys give for the best album of the year. I don't know if that's their signature award, but for like musicians, that's the pinnacle. You want to win album of the year, the best project of the year. You will never see the Grammys give a tie, or the Oscars give a tie for the best project of the year. That would never happen. And
definitely not SZA time with Beyonce. We know it's blasphemy. I'm not the biggest Beyonce. I've listened to both projects. I don't think there's comparison. I think Beyonce smashes that project.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree with you. I think Beyonce should have won that. I think Beyonce did win something.
With no question.
She probably won Best R&B, Best Female R&B Artist. She probably won that. I wasn't really paying attention. I put that shit on in the background. Like I said, we don't care. We don't care. I'm going to make sure that I'm up on some of the things that I care about, but we don't care in general.
Lil Uzi had a performance.
Lil Uzi had a performance. I'm actually going to play something from Lil Uzi's performance because of the fact that we started to see a little bit of a squabble happen after that performance. Can you talk a little bit while I find this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who Lil Uzi and JT.
Oh, here, I got it. So this is what happened. This is what Uzi said. People are saying that this is apparently the reason why. I'm not even connected to the Bluetooth. God damn it. I'm fucking up. Sorry, you can keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lil Uzi, I've never heard of JT. Apparently she's an artist. They got into it on stage.
You said apparently she's an artist.
I don't know I've never heard of her until this day.
City girls up, hey.
So I looked her up before the podcast. But yeah, they got into it. They got into it.
Here, I'm gonna play it. I got it up. Fucking around with my mic.
We came off plus. She had a love for. She looked like Ice Spice.
That's apparently what it was.
We came off plus. She had a love for. She looked like Ice Spice.
Because he gave that Ice Spice comment. That's what people were saying. Whoever people are on the internet, that's what people were saying. And they said that apparently right after that performance, JT got in his face and was trying to throw hands.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, this is Chatty Cathy. We're getting into the Chatty. I don't want to go down the Chatty Cathy route, but
I didn't know they were a thing. They were a couple. I didn't know that.
Oh, for a while now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Uzi.
You think that that's a score for Uzi? I think they fit each other really well.
I think they fit each other. I don't know too much about her, but I mean, I definitely don't want nobody trying to beat my ass. I know that.
The physical altercations, man.
I'm not trying
Everybody's
to be
trying to be on this Blueface and Krishan shit. I don't get it. I can't do that shit in public.
No, you're not. Krishan will have a problem, man. So she try to beat my ass. I don't care who it is. You take a swing at me, it's over. I don't know how people put up with this stuff.
We better be glad that Blueface wasn't at the awards because Krishan was there. They would have turned up. They would have turned that joint out. That would have been dangerous. That would have been dangerous. What else we have from the BET Awards? Oh yeah, I want to talk about Quavo and Offset's performance because I thought this was really touching. I thought it was really heartfelt. Obviously, we already know that. I don't know why I'm getting quiet, making it serious. We already know like Takeoff lost his life last year. That was a really terrible and tragic event. But you know, around that same time, we heard rumors that Quavo and Offset were kind of beefing, and at that same time, they stopped using their name Migos. Migos kind of like broke up. They kind of came to an end around that same time for reasons that we don't need to get into, all that Chatty Cathy shit. But just in terms of like us hearing about the beef that they had going on and the fact that they were able to come together for that moment and give that performance, which was a solid performance. You know, they had Takeoff's picture in the background and stuff on the big screen. That was awesome. I don't know. I just wanted to say my comments and give my comments that I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, I still haven't gotten over what happened to Takeoff, man. I couldn't imagine that kind of tragedy. I've never had, family, close friend, just, you're there and their life just gets taken. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine the fallout that would happen after that. So it was, I didn't see the performance, but just hearing you talk about it seemed very, very heartfelt.
Yeah, I thought it was just first of all, good job for the BET Awards for noticing that. I'm sure they'll probably give a similar performance at the Grammys. But then I'm just like, that's good for black men, Get over because like the thing about black, and we don't have to get into the serious thing, but black men especially have a problem with trauma and, coping with that. I'll say coping with certain things that cause trauma. And I just thought it was really cool to see them, get together and we're able to kind of toss aside whatever the disagreement that they may have had and then just do something for Takeoff, do something for a loved one.
Honor the memory. I mean, that's all, at the end of the day, it's all about love, man. I know that sounds like some tree hugger psychedelic stuff.
Yeah, we get mushy now, dude. We get into these serious conversations.
That's one of those truths of life I've gotten, man. It's all about bringing balance and love. And you sound like some tree hugger stuff, but you won't get it until you get it.
No,
you won't get it until you tap in, until you have an experience.
It definitely is.
Whether it's through psychedelics or just a near-death experience or whatever, or loss of a loved one. Everyone comes to that realization.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. I think that's a truth of consciousness, but we're not going to get too deep on that.
Yeah, let's get into something more fun. What do you want to take it? Do you want to do Billboard or you want to do the Idol?
Let's do the Idol.
Let's do the Idol first.
Goofy nonsense.
So it's hard to miss, man. If you've been keeping up with the Idol, we all know that the Idol got canceled. Now I'm going to put that in air quotes because of the fact that HBO is saying that the show is not canceled. They're saying even though they don't have any plans for a season 2, and even though the show is ending an episode early, they are saying the show is not canceled. The show is just finishing early.
Finishing early.
What the fuck does that mean?
Just reframing. Just somehow, like, we're stupid. Like,
that is a retcon if I don't know any better.
The masses just won't understand. We can spin it.
We all know what the truth is.
We're just looking at them. We're just like, really?
But we all know what the truth is. Look,
like, you got to be a little slicker than that.
I haven't. You got to be slicker than that. It's true. I haven't looked at the reviews on terms of like, Rotten Tomatoes. Does Rotten Tomatoes do TV shows? They do, right?
I think they do. Yeah.
I haven't looked at like the Rotten Tomatoes reviews. I haven't looked at whatever other, the Robert Egers or what. I don't know. I probably butchered that name too. I haven't looked at the actual review. Dude, so thank you.
Audience score is 58 though.
Thank you for finding that.
People are watching it.
58 is not good. 58 is not good.
It's not good. It isn't good, but I would expect it to be lower. People
I say this to say the true reason they could try to walk it back and slick talk all they want. The true reason why they did cancel this show is because the reviews were not good. No one gives a fuck about this show. People are watching it for the wrong reasons, first of all. And people don't like the fucking show. I haven't watched the show. I'm not going to. If you've listened to any of our previous episodes when we've talked about this, you already know the reason why I'm not watching that show. It's just too much. People have literally described this shit as torture porn. I'm not watching this shit. But I can give a nice analysis of the reason why this shit is canceled. And that's because people don't like the show.
And acting looked like trash. Acting looked like
it's disgusting.
A D movie on Tubi. Like one of them D movies. It goes to the bottom of Amazon Prime. Just some bullshit.
It looks like one of those. Yeah, it looks like one of those terrible Tubi shows.
The movies that go to the absolute bottom.
Do you think the reason why it's canceled is because of the reviews, like the fact that people aren't watching it? What do you think? Or do you think
those atrocious clips that are coming out on Twitter is why people aren't watching it?
But do you think that they care about the reviews?
I don't think people care about the reviews. I think it's probably trash, and people are hate watching it and telling people it's trash. And word of mouth is powerful. Twitter and word of mouth in general is very powerful.
You think maybe they just didn't like the reception that it got?
They probably just didn't like the reception that it got, and they probably realized it was terrible. They was like,
because people were talking about it. It was trending.
People are actually watching it.
I saw they got a few million watchers on at least the first episode. It trailed off after that, but people were watching it. I feel bad for Abel. He's really trying to dip his toe into acting, and it's not working. People were clowning the shit out of him.
Nah, it's not his lane. Maybe he might go to acting school and improve, but
he could improve. Yeah,
he can improve. I'm not going to tell the man to give up. Like, don't give ever. That's what
don't
you want to do.
Don't give up, Abel.
But you need to go find a sensei. That's all I'll say. You need to go. Man. You jumped into battle without training. So, from what it seems, I'll go get a sensei, go train up, and come back.
Let's talk about Billboard now. Billboard released their top 50 rap groups. I think they actually did it today. For the people that are interested, the number one spot was given to Outkast.
Rap group of all time, by the way.
Yep. Top 50 rap groups. Do you have anything to say about the number one selection?
I like Outkast, so I'm not gonna say that they don't deserve to be there, but I'm more mad that Flatbush Zombies isn't at least in the top 50, the top 40s.
There were some groups
or maybe near bottom of the list. I could
left
accept
off.
that.
Some notable ones.
Odd Future wasn't on the list.
Yep, Odd Future. I saw someone mention that.
Blasphemy.
I saw someone mention the fact that ASAP Mob was left off the list.
Blasphemy.
They had a lot of, I'll say classic groups on there that were pretty high. Like
an old head made that list, by the way.
Some dude, a
Gen Xer made that list.
I think that also, in rap, I think people try to get scores. Like I think people try to get brownie points by being able to recall classic, influential rappers and rap groups from the past. So maybe they were kind of trying to play it to that audience of like, oh, these people know what they're talking about. Oh shit, they had Cypress Hill on there. Like, wow, oh, they know what they're talking about. I agree with that. They probably were trying to reach a certain type of audience with that list. Because, Rolling Stone, we clown Rolling Stone's list all the time on this pod. They bring up people from fucking out of the blue. People you've never heard of.
Or at peripherals of music history.
Yeah, so
Not
I guess
saying they aren't good singers, but
yeah, because we don't know them. Like we don't know who this is.
Like Odd Future. I'm not saying Odd Future was making godlike, life changing music, but the influence,
the impact, yeah.
Like I remember being in middle school, and I wasn't back then. Odd Future was the first thing from my mind, but looking back, they were big, especially even just me being in my middle school.
And then you have to think about
People
like the derivatives of Odd Future. I mean, Tyler,
like
Frank
the internet
Ocean,
spun off the internet.
Yeah, the internet, which spawned Steve Lacy, who's really big right now. Earl Sweatshirt. I could go on and on. I really can't. I don't know anybody else after that.
Even ASAP Mob, like just everybody knows ASAP Mob. Let's stop. Let's be honest. I'm not saying they were making all this amazing music, but like the influence.
Yeah. So I think that I think we as a collective probably just rank the influence a little higher because they didn't really have anybody relevant on that list. I'm talking about, when I say relevant, I mean just like people who are still making music.
For like a millennial Gen Z or nothing. I don't think there was a lot of relevant shit on there.
And you have to forgive me. It was 50 fucking groups. So if I forget some of the people on there that were like notable, that were relevant, I'm sorry, but it was 50 fucking people. I'm not going to remember everybody. But the only people that I saw City Girls on there. They were lower on the list.
Dude,
but
City Girls over Flatbush Zombies. I just can't do it.
They were on there. And then also like, I was confused. Maybe I'm just confused what a rap group means, but aren't Junior Mafia, was Junior Mafia a rap group?
I don't know enough about Junior Mafia. Or is that
what
like,
about Young Money?
Is that like a label thing? I think you could have a label,
it was both though,
or you could have a rap group.
It was both though. If you have an album, they put out a Junior Mafia album. They probably put out a couple. I don't know, but same with Young Money.
I consider that a group, man.
What about Young Money? Like, how are they not on the list? That should be number one.
I just feel like it's different when it's like a label album. Because you could do it. You could say, well, what about Dreamville? They release albums. And they do. I wouldn't consider that a rap group.
You could, though. Like, maybe I'm just confused on what a rap group is.
I think a rap group is anything that isn't like a label group album. It's just like a group of people who they make music for. Like, they have solo albums, but their main thing
is the difference?
Being a group.
I don't get what the difference is.
Like, I think Outkast supersedes Andre, and what's the other guy's name?
Big Boy.
I think Outkast as a whole, as a thing, as a duo, supersedes Andre and Big Boy individually. Is what I'm trying to say.
So like Young Money, people remember the group more than they remember the individual artists.
Yeah, I think
that's not fair, though. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair. I'm trying to think of anybody because Andre 3000 is bigger than Outkast. Is he?
I don't think so. I think Outkast is bigger, even though he's pretty damn close. I think, but I think the memory of Outkast is
he's popular as an individual, though.
He's very popular as an individual. But
so like, I feel like you should let some of those, like if you want to put Dreamville on there, I think you should be allowed to put Dreamville on there. And also because just for the sake of the conversation, like you need to have some more relevant. That list was so old. I'm sorry for our older audience, but that list is so old.
That list was made by Gen Xer. Literally.
Maybe
or like
even,
an old millennial.
Yeah, maybe even older than that, yo.
It's like an old millennial or like a late Gen Xer made that.
Because I get it, like, make sure that you have those notable names in there, But to have like, I'm sorry, but to have like Salt and Peppa top 10, I think they were like top 10 or maybe like top 12. Bro,
it's 2023, bro.
We doing that? They were really influential, so I don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I get you, and it's rap groups, it's not artists. But fuck, man, I just thought they could have went a different route. What else do we want to get to? What else we got? What do you want to get to?
We should have wrote our topics down.
I have them up here. I'll just free flow with it. I kind of really want to talk about Pharrell. Now, we were going to talk about this last week when it came up, but we didn't get to it last week. I kind of want to touch on it this week. So Pharrell got accused for stealing an independent designer's concept for a handbag. And that's it. But to me, it's a bigger story in the fact that not necessarily the handbag being stolen, which is an issue, but I feel like Pharrell is kind of setting a pattern for himself of kind of being
He's been accused here and there over the years. I mean, it's the age of Aquarius. He's done. That's all I got to say.
What does that mean?
We're in the age of Aquarius, meaning we're in star charts. So this is all astrology stuff, but we've moved into an age of Aquarius, which people say is truths will be revealed. Anything hidden will be revealed. You doing bullshit.
Some zodiac shit.
That goes from the governments to, principalities and powers all the way down to musical artists, down to everyday people.
Bro,
doing shit in the dark is getting exposed.
Becoming kind of a pattern for Pharrell. We already know he got sued for. Yeah, I don't agree with the lawsuit. But he already got sued, and I think lost that lawsuit where he got sued for stealing a Marvin Gaye song for Blurred Lines.
He's been getting. I think after a while you start. I don't know if he's been doing this forever from the start, but. He's getting exposed.
And 2 is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The third thing that I know of is the fact that Khalees has accused him of stealing basically all of her publishing for her career. Pharrell, who is, and I'm not trying to shit on the man. I'm not trying to like just lead with hate here. There is some empathy, and I love Pharrell. But he's been accused of doing some things that just like, even the fact that, this is Kanye West speaking, so we're gonna take it with a grain of salt here. But even the fact that he took that Louis Vuitton position after Virgil's passing, them being acquainted with one another. I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough research to back it. I don't really want to get into like a Pharrell hate segment.
It would be sad, man, because the man is influential. I mean, like, people look at him like he's a godfather in the industry. They call him a vampire too, because he looks the same age.
We just have to think, man, like some of these people who are like these really, really high influence people. We talk about Jay-Z here and like, things about that we hear from Rock Nation and stuff like that coming out of the Rock Nation closet. Some of these people that we hold in high acclaim because of their artistry and their creativity might not necessarily be the best people.
Yeah, or like even with Elon, people say the same thing about Elon, where it's like they say he's a super genius, but the man contracts and hires people to get the work done.
A lot of these people, man, a lot of these like top millionaire, like these heavy hitters may not be the best people in real life. I'm not talking about cancel him. I'm not saying any of that. But
like, people think he's doing all this. I'm not knocking the man. He's running a lot of successful companies, but
who, Elon?
I think people give him a little bit too much credit. If you get what I'm saying. Same thing with Pharrell. Well, what I mean by people giving him too much credit is that people think that he's the one doing all these hard calculations. They think that he's just this hardworking man who he's just
getting credit
builds
for
himself up, and he's just getting credit for it. But he had a leg up. The government gave him a whole bunch of money. They're always talking about communism this, communism that. These right wingers and the government handed him all this money to boost his businesses. Mm-hmm. You talking about a handout? He'd be the main dude crying about reparations, and the government props up his companies.
Yeah, this is true. But I love Pharrell. Like, I don't want to get it twisted. I love Pharrell. I love his creativity. I just think he's maybe a lot of the credit that he gets for his creativity, that's what you were saying, might be off of the backs of some other people that created it already. Let's move it. You want to talk about Moriah Mills?
Not really, man. She's annoying as hell. She's been going on a Twitter tirade. She's been going on, and she told him, "You better hope I'm not pregnant." Because he was going in raw.
And that's that's what ended up happening.
She wanted that baby so badly. She wanted that baby so badly.
Moriah Mills claims that she's pregnant. Do we believe Moriah, or do we think that she's just trying to pull a stunt?
80%. I think it's a stunt, but it's possible. He's fucked, bro. She got it for life. She does not care about this dude. She got it bad for life. I hate that stuff too, because you're gonna bring a child in this world because you're greedy.
But yeah, that sucks, dude. It might not even been his. It might not even be his.
Never know.
We were talking about the fact that men just like to slang dick. The difference between men and women is that women are kind of, seemingly from the outside looking in, seemingly are a lot more selective with
strategic.
Yeah, with who they give the nani to, the snoo to, to use your word. Niggas just be throwing it around like it's nothing.
Cause dudes is horny and don't care. A lot of dudes hate condoms too.
I'm not going to speak on the physical appearance of Moriah Mills. I'm doing a lot of hate in this pod, goddamn. But I'm not going to speak on her physical appearance. But she's not necessarily, and I'm not going to clown the profession either.
I don't know, bro. She was pretty sure she was a very highly ranked porn star.
She might have been.
You challenging a lot of popular opinion by saying that.
I might be. If I have to take the hot seat for this take, I'll take it. Because Moriah Mills, man, I don't know what y'all see in Mariah. I don't know what Zion sees in Mariah.
She got the upgrades. I'll just say that. If you
but what I was saying,
you know what I mean by that.
What I'm saying, this is facts. What I'm saying, deep breath.
They sent it to the BBL RoboCop lab and built her up.
It took a deep breath. Yeah, but what I was saying is, like Zion is just this is an example of how niggas just be throwing the dick around, just not really being selective and strategic with it. I don't know why men
doesn't even care. Just horny mind took over. Man's worth $200 million. No, they're trying to get a bag off him. They don't like him. They don't care about him. They want a bag. It's just easy,
dude. Like.
Now she got you for $20K a month for 18 years.
Yo, he fucked up with this one, man. I think that niggas just need to learn from Zion. When I say niggas, I mean men. Men needs to just learn from Zion and understand that, like, we can't just be throwing dick around, bro. We gotta kind of tap into some of that. If you want to call it feminine energy, go ahead. We gotta tap into what these women are doing, man. We shouldn't just be so horny to where we just sleep with any and everything. I don't think that's the way to go. You could wear a condom, but I'm talking about just
that's Zion's problem.
And maybe it's just the way I think about. Maybe it's just the way I think about sex, man. But when I think about sex, like my mindset when it comes to sex is not just like
get him in a sorted box so he can find the perfect condom. I don't know.
I'm not thinking about just like sleeping with, just like laying with the body though. I'm thinking about like an actual intimate. Like I don't want to just be fucking some. Like that's why I don't do like one night stands and stuff like this. I don't want to just be sleeping with randos
because there's no connection.
There's an exchange of energy there.
It honestly feels like disgusting when there's no bond. It's just sex and it's just all right. Time to leave.
Am I right?
It just feels like
it feels wrong.
It's like it feels a betrayal, wrong. But it's like both of y'all get it. Like a micro betrayal. That's how it feels to me. Just like a
betrayal to what? To yourself.
I don't know. To yourself, really, probably.
That's what I was trying to say. Men need to just take. We need to stop betraying ourselves, y'all. Like, let's take on some of this female energy and just like, be selective with where we lay the dick down. That's all I'm saying.
But you don't have to be selective. You put on a condom and you safeguard
that's what I'm
them.
saying. But that's what I'm saying.
And you make sure they don't get holes poked in them. You good.
I think it's the same thing though. Like I'm talking about just the fact that you're sleeping with somebody and exchanging that energy and exchanging that time.
Because if I was an NBA player, I'd be running through them too. But
you'd be running through them. I mean, I'd probably
I'd have to be ordering condoms in bulk.
I'd probably run through them, but I'd like to get to know them before I run through them. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're going on a date, of course.
And it seems like from the text that we see with Moriah and Zion, they were well. They knew each other. They spent some time together. They were in each other's company for a minute. But so maybe he really liked the girl.
These 30-some-year-old, Instagram model porn stars, they catching these early 20-some dudes.
Like these videos we've been seeing of these sharks pulling niggas out the fucking boats into the water. They like them sharks.
Yeah.
They call niggas dogs. Maybe we should start calling women. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Whoa.
But they are kind of,
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it right there. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Dude, Zion has 2 children on the way, apparently.
2 children on the way.
2 children.
I'd be
not even playing in the league, really.
I feel like my family, I can't imagine how my family would be looking at me.
He has enough money to spread the wealth.
You have enough money, but it's just kind of, it's just kind of embarrassing.
Optics wise, like you just got like two women pregnant back to back. And now you got women.
Like, we got too much birth control out here. They wanted this. This is a hustle.
Maybe Zion wanted
I'd be embarrassed.
Maybe deep down Zion wanted this.
Well, yeah, he probably busted with no condom on and was like, I could, you know what? I guess I could be a father.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
before the post-nut clarity.
Every dude has like that Instagram model that they're just like, I wouldn't pull out. Maybe he found her.
And it's easy not to pull out.
Don't shame him. Maybe he
I don't shame him. I'm not shaming him.
These dudes have a lot of access.
I'm on Zion's side. I hope it all works out for Zion Williamson. I really do. He needs to get back on the fucking court or else he's not going to have no more money in a few years. With all this child support you're going to be paying. Shit.
He get a good financial manager. He's good for life.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
A lot of these NBA dudes could care less about compound interest until it's too late.
Compound interest of child support, spousal support. All right, let's keep it moving. I found this story really interesting. There is a woman who was taking an Uber in Texas who thought that she was being kidnapped by the driver and ended up shooting this guy and killing him.
Popped in the back of his head.
Popped him in the back of his head. Was arrested, obviously, because someone was killed in the incident. And I don't know, man. I just saw this story and it just brought up a lot of PTSD from moments where I felt like I was really unsafe in an Uber. I feel like this is not a conversation that people talk about.
Dude,
which is just like,
I've seen this in my own life.
Ubers really?
Dude, when I was in school, there was like I think it was like my sophomore, junior year, there was like a couple weeks period where a creeper pulled up and pretended to be people's Uber.
Immediately. I'm sorry. I thought of Minecraft when you said that. It took me a minute. Sorry.
They probably got the same facial expression as a creeper when it was pulling up. But yeah, a creepy ass dude was pulling up and trying to kidnap girls, probably some kind of weird sex trafficker. Mm-hmm. Was pretending to be an Uber driver, and
might
they was
have been
like,
Andrew Tate.
You never know. They were telling people. Don't get any Ubers for next couple of weeks because it was crazy.
Yeah,
she had to fight her way and escape the encounter. It was just like, damn.
Yeah, and I mean, taxis have been around for a minute. That's all Uber is really. It's just a digital version of a taxi service for the most part. So I'm sure that these types of, yeah, exactly. I'm sure that these types of situations used to happen in the past too. But like Uber specifically, for some reason, just gives me like, maybe because I don't have any experience in taxis, it just gives me like the creeps, bro. Like I cannot lie. I've had moments where I'm just like looking at my Uber app because you can see the map and stuff like where you're going, and seeing like all these weird detours that the driver is taking, and just like kind of checking around. Like, all right, are we going the right direction? Like, let me pull up my maps. Like, where the fuck is this guy going? Especially like because she was from Kentucky, she wasn't even from Texas, and if you know anything about Texas, like it's bumpkin country, and like
you go outside the major cities, it's Klan hoods and Confederate flags.
It's very rural. So, and she said that she ended up getting arrested for this. Like I mentioned, she said that she saw that there were signs saying like that they were heading towards Mexico. So, and I kind of went to get into the conversation of like, do you even think that this woman should be held liable for a crime? Like,
I think if she can prove, I think she's gonna get manslaughter either way.
I think it's compelling.
I think if she can prove that she was actually being kidnapped, she would get manslaughter. But she's doing time.
Because how can you tell like what somebody was thinking in the moment? If I see the signs and I see like where I was headed versus where we were going, and should she have not killed the guy? What happens if she shoots the guy and then he has a weapon? If the case was,
but we don't know though. She didn't even give him a chance.
We know the fact that she was wrong.
In the back of the head off a hunch, you don't really know for sure.
She was wrong.
She could have held the gun at him and said, "Stop the car. I'm getting out."
I see what you're saying.
And listen, he might have had a gun. We don't. I'm not. There's way too many unknowns here. But just popping the dude in the back of the head, you're getting time.
There are knowns,
period.
Because she was wrong. Time. The man was driving her in the right direction. She was wrong. So that's the reason why they're probably gonna they arrested her and they're probably gonna make her go to trial for this.
She's getting second degree for that. That's
just so unfortunate, man. Because I just think about like anybody who has like a certain circumstance. Like I'm trying to think of something that's not as dark.
She's getting second degree murder for
as like murder or like some of these really serious offenses. But like, if you think somebody is like, so like, let's say you're on the street and you think somebody is like, someone's like running towards you, right? And they have a grimace on their face and they look like they're angry with you. They like cock back their fist and you feel, because that's all she did. She felt threatened and you feel threatened by that guy and you end up assaulting him. You punched that nigga, dropped that nigga, but he was just like running. There was like a baby behind him and he was just running to get his child or something like that. And you end up getting charged with assault, but you felt threatened at the time. Maybe I don't know enough about law, which I don't, but like what's the litigation behind like how a person feels?
I don't think it means anything because you murdered somebody and the person was vindicated. When they look back at everything, the guy didn't do anything wrong. He didn't threaten your life. You felt threatened. You feeling threatened doesn't have anything to do with the situation at hand. The overall,
doesn't it though? I feel like that's very contextual. I don't know.
Because dude, that's what they do to black men all the time. I could be sitting on a bus stop and somebody could unload on me. He's like, big scary black man. You know what they said on Fox News? I just felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's true. You killed my argument.
That would set a precedent for psychos getting away with murder.
This is true. You nipped that one in the bud. That was true. I rest my case. I rest my case. I don't really have anything else to get to. Do you have anything else to get to? You want to talk about that UFO thing or anything?
Nah, this is ongoing. When it busts open, we'll get on it. When it gets spread open, we'll get on it.
Okay, now you
I'm fucking with you.
I held that P word. I held it in because I didn't want to upset anybody. All right, y'all. Another episode in the books. You're welcome for this bonus episode of the Top Tier Podcast. You can join us same place, same time. Keep that applause going next week for another episode. Peace.
There you go. All right.